Hi guys, how are you? What are you doing? I hope you are having fun. Well, I have been missing you a lot and I want to see you soon. I hope I see you really soon. Well, today we're going to just review a little bit of the simple past. We already saw the simple past in affirmative sentences, in negative sentences, and in questions. So right now we're only going to review so you will learn a little bit more. I hope you like it and you enjoy it. See you soon. Okay, let's review the simple past. We use the simple past to talk about events that started and finished in the past. For example, when we want to talk about things that we did yesterday, we use the simple past. When we want to talk about what we did last week, we use the simple past. Okay, for example, I will give you some examples of what I did yesterday. Yesterday, I made bread with my husband. Well, I didn't make the bread, I baked our bread. Then we cooked a little bit. I watched a TV show, I think, or I don't remember if I watched a TV show or I watched a movie. And then we played with my children. We always play because they always bother me. And that's what I did yesterday. Okay, so to talk about yesterday, I used the simple past. I didn't use the present, I used the simple past. So that's when we use the simple past. Something very important, that's why I put this here. Something very important is we have regular and irregular verbs in the simple past. Regular, for example, dance, danced, watch, watched, walk, walked. Okay? What do we need when we're talking about regular verbs? We need to add ed. Okay? And the irregular verbs, for example, buy, bought, go, went, eat, ate, drink, drunk. Okay? Those are irregular verbs. Another thing that is very important, we use an auxiliary verb, did, but we only use the auxiliary verb in negative sentences and in questions. Okay? For negative sentences, we use did plus not, or we can say didn't, and for the questions, we use did. But when we're using did, the verb stays in the base form or the simple form. That is only when we use the auxiliary verb did. Okay? So now let's go to see some examples. We're going to do two types of examples. We're going to do regular verbs where we need to add ed, and we're going to do another example with a irregular verb. Okay? The first examples are going to be affirmative sentences, then we're going to do negative sentences, and then we're going to do question with a regular verb. We need to add ed for the regular verb. So let's see. Open. We're going to use open. What is open? Do you guys know what is open in Spanish? Well, abrir. Okay? Not only open the door, we can use open for open a restaurant, open the window. So this verb, we can use it for many different actions that we do. Okay? So what is the past of open? It's a regular verb. So the only thing we need to do is add ed. You see? We add ed. So in the present or the base form is open. The past is opened. Okay? Opened. Okay, let's start with the affirmative sentences. My daughter opened. It's okay to say open. No, we need to make this a past and we make it with ed. Okay? So it said, oh, I didn't put it in the correct place. You're not going to be able to read it correctly. Now it's going to fall. Okay. My daughter, it fell. Okay. My daughter opened a restaurant last year. Okay, that is the affirmative sentences. But this is not correct. Okay. My daughter opened a restaurant last year. We know that these sentences in the past because we used last year. So last year is a year ago. Okay? So we used last year that it helps us know that these sentences is in the simple past. Okay? We're going to make these same sentences in a negative sentences. For example, we say, my daughter, do I put not open or do I need the auxiliary verb? We said that for negative sentences, we use the auxiliary verb did plus not. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it here. I hope it pastes on. Okay. My daughter did not opened or open. I think it's open because the verb stays in the base form. Okay? My daughter did not or didn't open a restaurant last year. You see, the verb stays in the base form, doesn't change. But I need to use the auxiliary verb did plus not. In contraction is didn't. Okay? Let's do a question. What do we need for questions? For questions, we need to use the auxiliary verb did. Okay? At the beginning of the question. So we're going to put did here. That is the question. Did your daughter, do I put opened or do I put open? Only open. The verb stays in the base form because we have did in the question already. Did is already in the past. Did your daughter open a restaurant? This is a short answer question. So we can just say, yes, she did, or we can say, no, she didn't. Okay? These are the questions that we can answer with a yes or we can answer with a no. Remember, when we use did, the verb stays in the base form. That is very, very important. Okay, let's continue. Irregular verbs. The irregular verbs, we're going to use teach as the irregular verb. Okay? The past of teach is taught. Okay? The past of teach is taught. So, with our affirmative sentences, we're going to use his cousin teach English when he was young. Is this sentences okay? Is teach in the past? No, because the past of teach is taught. So we have to put here taught. My cousin taught English when he was young. Now it's okay. Now the verb teach is in the past and is taught. His cousin taught English when he was young. Now these sentences is in the simple past. Okay? When, we're using when he was young. That means that in the past. Okay? Now he's older, before he was younger. Okay? For negative sentences, we use his cousin did not taught English when he was young. Is that correct? To say taught? No, it's not correct. Why? Because we have the auxiliary verb did, and did is already in the past. So, taught doesn't need to be in the past. we have to put teach. Okay? So we put teach. Now this sentence is correct. It says, his cousin did not teach English when he was young. Now this sentence is correct. The negative sentence, we use the affirmative sentences. In the affirmative sentences, we put the verb in the past. But for negative sentences, we need to use did, the auxiliary verb did, plus not. So the verb stays in the base form. We have to remember that we put the verb in the base form. So we say, his cousin did not teach English when he was young. Okay? For questions. In questions, we also need to use the auxiliary verb did. So we say, what did his cousin teach when he was young? These sentences, is this question correct? Yes, because we use did and the verb in the base form or in the simple form. So we say, what did his cousin teach when he was young? What would be the answer? The answer cannot be a yes-no answer. It has to be a long answer. So what do? We say, his cousin teach English when he was young. Is this correct to say teach English when he was young? No, we have to change the verb to the past because we are not using did. So we put the verb in the past. Now let's read the sentences. The answer to the question. It says, his cousin taught English when he was young. What did his cousin teach? English. Okay? So this is just a review of all that we learned about the simple past. Hello again, guys. I hope you liked our class. I hope you liked our virtual classroom. Please send me some comments to tell me if you really liked our class, okay? I hope to see you soon. I hope it's really soon. Take care, have fun, enjoy your life, and keep in contact with me. Bye-bye. See you. Love you.